And we're live. Welcome back to the All-Nighters.
Casey, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. And we're live. Welcome back to the All-Nighters, where Casey forgets in the beginning to use push to talk.
Apparently.
Yeah, we're still playing Dragon Age 2. Apparently there's more horror for me to learn, so...
Yeah, there is. We're gonna start with something that's not horror, though, because there's a very important. Yeah, there's a very important fact about Thetis, about the development of the world, that I think you need to know.
Okay.
The name of the world, Thetis.
Thetis, yeah.
Yeah, it started as an internal memo, an internal commentary. The Dragon Age setting got shortened to the DAS, and then it just turned into Thetis, and they kept it.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's...
I thought you might find that interesting.
That's
one of my favorite little fun, and actually fun fact about Dragon Age for you. Before we traumatize you further.
Hey, Cap. Hello, Cap. That is really interesting, actually. I mean, that's kind of like... That's way to make, like, I guess, procrastination... or inability to find a suitable name, and like, yeah, that's pretty neat.
You find names in the most interesting places.
That's true.
I hate this conversation.
For me, it's on Fantasy Name Generator.
Valid. Fantasy Name Generator is a very useful website.
Yeah, no worries, Captain. We will summarize the horror.
You know, right now the horror is Anders is about to get really mad at me because I'm not gonna flirt with him. This is one of the reasons I don't like Anders' writing.
That's fair.
Like, they really, really want to push you into romancing him, and I'm just not into it. I'm just not. Like, the only way... This is one of the choices where the only way to get approval with him is to flirt with him.
That is a little gross. Cap says that's gross, and I have to agree.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
What would you do? How would you try to stand against the Templars? You're lucky they never found you. Most of us, they hunt us down before we've even learned our letters. They tell your parents that we're thrown in prison if they ever ask about it. Stripped of their rights in the eyes of the Maker. And if you run away, they hunt you down. Again and again and again. You're starting to glow again. And since yours is the only head here and I don't want to rip it off, I should stop. Yes.
I believe that was the only way for me to get the least possible amount of disapproval from him in this conversation.
Well...
Because I only got +5. If I had told him that I thought he was right, it then would have pushed me into either flirting with him and therefore starting his romance chain, or getting +10 rivalry with him on top of my +5. Or no, just +10. Never mind. So yeah,
that is a bit.
I don't really like
writing.
dealing with Anders in Dragon Age 2. The way he was written is
concept.
unpleasant. Yeah, Anders is a very interesting character. The whole concept of joining with a spirit is wildly fascinating to me. In Dragon Age Origins, Wynn is joined with a spirit, and in Dragon Age Inquisition, there is a rogue named Cole who is joined with a spirit. And I'm, like, super into those things. But Anders in Dragon Age 2 specifically, because he was introduced in Dragon Age Awakening, which is kind of an expansion for Origins, sort of. He's just not great. Let's see here. We need to go talk to Meryl. I haven't been to Meryl's house yet. There we go. Look, a plant. Spindleweed. So, let's see here. As we make our way back to the alienage where the elves are forced to live because this place is horrible. We were going to talk about chess.
Yes, I'm looking up some chess stuff right now.
Yes.
So I don't know, from what I'm able to glean, chess originates in India around the 6th century, a little before the 6th century. The game spread to Persia, and then when Arabs conquered Persia, the chess was taken up by the Muslim world and then spread to southern Europe.
So there you go. This game that feels so positively European is not.
Is not. The earliest chess
Amazing
pieces,
how many things we consider positively European just aren't.
It's crazy when you are the ones who tell most of history. It's strange how important you make yourself to it.
Right?
The earliest chess pieces from India were called the Shah, or king, the Vizier, counselor, the Fil, bishop, the Asp, knight, the rook, and the Piad, the pawn. And I'm sure I butchered those pronunciations and definitely do apologize.
It's cozy, and your furry friends are charming.
Oh, are the rats back? I thought I'd found all their
Poor
holes.
sweet Meryl.
I wanted to thank
Dragon
you
Age
for
has
the
this
but
real problem
I
with
didn't
putting their
expect it.
characters in chainmail with nothing under the chainmail.
Oh, that's just uncomfortable.
Then I'm
Right?
glad I could be of service.
It drives me up a
I
wall.
can't say that I like football, but I'm glad to be here. I haven't exactly had many friends, not even among my own clan. This is
So I'm joining a Pathfinder game that's starting on Sunday, and we're doing our session 0 tomorrow.
You're the most
Mhm.
beautiful girl in the alienage.
I'm gonna play a
not. I've managed to say
druid,
the stupidest
because
thing
I
I've
One
ever
ear or
said
two-y?
myself.
one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure one.
It means a lot.
You
But
should
we're-
double check that.
Yeah. But we're doing
Oh, right.
we're doing this interesting like tweak on stat stuff.
The city is
Mhm.
amazing.
Basically,
You know, I saw something online.
everyone
Outside.
will roll one set of
Everything happens all at
d6s,
once. How does anyone keep it
and then we
straight?
all have the same stat array.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
no one is statistically better or worse than the other, and everyone gets to roll
It
still.
must be the alien age greeting.
I don't know if you noticed that visual glitch, but I clicked an option and Varric just disappeared.
Oh, that's- Is he John Cena?
Apparently.
I don't watch wrestling, but I know that
Pick
one.
up all the things people drop and overlook.
Who can't at this point?
I think they mostly drop garbage. I'm glad you came by. I needed someone to talk to.
Alright, who else do we need to talk to real quick? We need to talk to Isabella, so we're gonna go to the Hanged Man. Play this game often enough, you'd think I know exactly where the icons are supposed to be.
He's ignoring me now.
Hey, is my coin not good enough for you? Oh, Hawk, thanks for helping me with that little problem I had. You going to buy me a drink to celebrate our victory?
You drink
Ah,
the
my
swill.
queen.
It's an acquired taste. Oh, before I forget, are you still looking for work? Because I have a friend who needs some help.
Is this a friend or a friend?
I never let him steer my ship, if that's what you're asking. From what I hear, he doesn't have good control of his rudder. His name is Martin. He has a room right here in the Hanged Man. Tell him I sent you. Now, you going to leave me to my drinking or what?
Alright. Let's see here. Now we are gonna go suffer through some bad shit. Some bad shit.
So a little bit more about chess.
What do you mean you can help me?
Or are we gonna hear bad stuff?
It's time for bad stuff.
If your wife has chosen to leave you, there's nothing we can do.
Ninette is my wife. She's legally bound to me. Bring her back.
I hate this dude.
We're done here.
Useless. Why are we still paying those sluggards?
You should pay someone else. Like me. I like being paid.
If you can find Ninette, I will gladly pay.
Hi, Aaron.
That foolish woman has caused me nothing but embarrassment. She needs to be dragged home.
The guards disagree.
They are more disagreeable than my wife. Maybe your friend is more sensible. Her family is getting suspicious. They think I might have done something to her. Even if
Like I attack her with my very noticeable French accent.
You're more concerned what her family...
My children need wine.
Ninette keeps the company of other men. Oh, and makes no secret of it. I'd be better off with her gone.
As a DM, I've enjoyed the accents.
As long as her family knows I had nothing to do with it. You would ruin me otherwise.
I can't imagine why she'd leave you. You're such a bright.
It wasn't always like this. We were in love. She defied her parents to marry me. Sometimes I wonder if I dreamed.
Oh,
I'll try my best to find Ninette and bring her home.
You should look to Japan at the Blooming Rose.
we're gonna go to a whorehouse.
There's nothing wrong with a whorehouse, Scotty.
No, but we're going to one.
Yeah.
I should probably drop off Carter. I don't
He
remember
doesn't-
if he's in my party right now or not. I'm not taking my
I
brother
think
to a
he is.
whorehouse. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
in my
is. He's
party.
right
I'm not
there.
taking him to a whorehouse.
Ah, come on. It's family
Nope.
bonding.
Nope. Not taking my brother to a whorehouse.
Go buy your brother a whore.
Nope. We are gonna run home and swap out.
See, this is why Carver doesn't like you.
No, he doesn't particularly like it if he gets taken to the whorehouse by his older sibling. So I'm not gonna do that. Let's see here.
Yeah. I see you putting Isabella in there. I support that move.
Ravani, stop looking at my chest. My eyes are up here.
But the chest...
I love her so much.
I am a person, not an object. Just shitting you.
Okay, they are great together.
They're a lot of fun, it's true. I don't understand why this had to be a thing. The way this guard is walking. Look at that. Look at that. Why is that necessary?
Well, you know, she went to model walk school. She's gonna use it.
And here we are in the brothel. My day is complete.
But did... Between a courtesan and a whore is... Well, their shoes are
my rest day. I'll make an exception for you. What can I say? Why work if you're not working hard?
Oh, I like him. He reminds me of someone.
I can see why Nanette liked you. You're feisty.
A refreshing change from the pale slug I married. I hear she finally left her worthless husband. Good for her. I just wish she'd said goodbye.
Were you hoping Nanette would leave Ghislaine for you?
Of course not. I know my place. I offer a service, that's all. Anyway, there was someone else looking for Nanette.
I know I'm just a dick.
His name was Emmerich.
Yeah.
He was
Maybe a friend, but, you know.
I can't see why a Templar would be interested in any
Friend with a dick.
Someone else Nanette spent special alone time with, perhaps?
She always liked men in uniform. You could ask him yourself. Emmerich said he'd continue his investigation in Darktown. You could see if he's still there. And if you find Nanette, tell her to drop by and see me sometime.
Do I have a quest to turn in? Oh, I have people to kill.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I was just tweeting the fact we were live.
Ah, yes. Very important. And murder in the whorehouse.
So, well, you know, it's just another day in the whorehouse.
Standard. It's just Tuesday.
The original names for king pieces, or for chess pieces, because it wasn't what I originally said, according to Wikipedia. The king was the king. The queen was called the advisor. The knight was called the horse. The rook was the chariot. The bishop was the elephant. And the pawn was the foot soldier. So some of those are understandable
Lovely colour.
shifts.
Really? Oh, I bet you were cute. Did you have pictures?
Where?
Precious.
There.
Little
Nope, that's their ass. Where the... He's supposed to be somewhere around here. I don't understand. Emmerich? Did this quest glitch? Oh no, this might have glitched. We might not be able to finish this quest.
Yay!
Huh. Emmerich is supposed to be right in there. He shouldn't be back here anywhere. I'm not gonna bother taking Solividus' quest, because that's just a fetch quest. Damn. Oh no, I have to go to Darktown to find Emmerich for the first time. Excuse me. I remember how to do quests in my favorite game. So,
Yes.
I am trying to put any of my knowledge of chess back to use, but I just don't remember anything anymore, apparently.
It's fine.
I used to be really good at playing chess. Drove my stepdad up a wall.
I was never great, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I used to play with my grandfather. He was really, really good at chess. And never went easy on me, which I appreciated. Yeah.
Yeah, I played with my stepdad a lot, and he went easy on me the first couple times, specifically because I was just learning the basics.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's
I
what.
was,
Yeah.
8 or 9, somewhere in there. And then we played basically all throughout the time period until I graduated high school.
And stay down.
Yep.
I would love it if I could actually click on these enemies. That'd be, like, great.
I thank you, Sirrah, for coming along when you did. I am Emmerich.
You're older than I thought you'd be. Ninette seems to go for the young, pointy-eared sorts.
What?
Ghislaine de Carac's wife, Nanette. You were asking about her.
Ah, Ghislaine de Carac's wife. Her disappearance interested me. I tried looking into it. However, the investigation has been a waste of time.
That sort of attitude will never pay off.
Ha! I was eager at first, but failure has...
I don't know, this section of the quest isn't as important.
Yeah.
It'll be important soon, but not yet. So, for you it's still August 1st.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Oh.
And,
I know what you're getting at.
for our wonderful audience, if you're not familiar with Digimon, like the two of us are, I don't know if y'all can tell that I like Digimon.
Yeah. I don't have one of those yet, but I'm gonna get one.
We will. For those of us who are not necessarily as familiar with Digimon, August 1st is Odaiba Day, which celebrates both the anniversary of Digimon premiering in 1999 and the anniversary of Digimon breaking through into the real world in universe.
Yeah.
The big battle happened on August 1st.
And you hate it when something goes missing. I lose things all the time.
What?
I had forgotten this until Scotty thankfully reminded me.
I cannot lie, Sirrah.
Scotty, did you watch any Digimon Adventure today?
Showed that I'm no longer...
Not today. I'm gonna watch the new episode probably tomorrow, though. I've been trying to get through the Umbrella Academy as quickly as possible to avoid spoilers.
Fair.
I'm going back to the gallows.
I need to watch that as well.
I should look into that.
Yeah, Digimon. We're gonna talk about Digimon for a bit, cause oh man.
Sure do love Digimon. Hey, look, a skeleton. I just stole a ring off it. Oh no, I just have to leave. Excuse me as I try very, very, very hard to resist my completionist ways again. Someday I will learn how to stream games without being a completionist.
I mean, unless you're doing a completionist run.
Which is usually what my Dragon Age 2 playthroughs are, because I just enjoy doing that. But I know I shouldn't do that for this, because that's not the point of this. So yeah, Digimon started in 1999, and I love Digimon with my entire heart and soul.
Same here. Technically, it started around 1996 with the Tamagotchi.
That's true. It did technically start with those games.
Yeah. But the anime and everything that spawned afterwards. Yeah.
So, fairly easy to figure out that my favorite character in Adventure is Mimi. I love Mimi so much. I love her whole thing with the Crest of Sincerity.
Hey, Trembles. I like Mimi a lot too. She's... I don't know if she's my favorite. I think that would probably be... that's probably Sora.
Valid. Sora is a delight.
She is... just her journey of discovering what love means to her just means so much to me.
Honestly.
Because, yeah, I mean, I was a kid growing up where, like, not a traditional, family structure. So I had to, ponder the same questions.
Yeah, I had a
Maybe
very
I'll get
similar
hurt.
situation.
I think I just decided, like, oh, crest of kindness eventually, but I think that first one has to be the crest of love.
Yeah, that's definitely valid, and a huge part of why the crest of sincerity was, whoops, that wasn't the spell I wanted. Was my first Digimon tattoo. Well, my first tattoo, period. I haven't been lucky enough to be able to get more yet, but someday. Ah, yes, a sack of bones. It's bloody. Gee.
I'm gonna start looking into that because I might be able to get it sometime like this month.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably
definitely research around your local tattoo shops pretty heavily.
Yeah,
Just
the problem.
find the right artist.
The problem for me is that a lot of the more legitimate, professional tattoo shops are in downtown Vancouver.
Yeah.
And I'm in Surrey, so that's like a 30 to 40 minute drive away.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky in that I live in downtown Wichita, and
Yeah.
most of our tattoo parlors are in downtown Wichita.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to live in downtown Vancouver. Like,
Leave nothing.
hands down.
That's gonna be pricey,
But
so
that, like,
Well,
yeah.
my helpful
Yeah.
associate from the streets.
I forgot about this.
You
I forgot to finish this
come away
quest.
from the city without incident. You know what we faced.
Mind your tongue, Pharrell.
Asshole.
Please, do speak.
Oh, kill him.
I want to kill both of them.
Just because
I don't like Patrice.
he's an asshole, but look at that haircut.
Let's not pretend that really any of the hair in Dragon Age 2 actually looks good.
Some of
Let's be
it
real.
looks okay, at least.
Perhaps the mage was a rushed opportunity. If such a plot existed, I see how it might be disagreeable to you.
I want no part of your little war. Pay me what I'm due.
Take your coin. Disappear back into Lowtown.
I will. Fuck you.
I will not make the mistake of looking for help outside the faithful again.
Liar.
The stakes
I hate this woman.
of eternity are just too high.
Eternity.
That one will be back.
Alright, what was next? What did I want to do next? Next we need to... Oh, no, we're not done yet. We need to go to the gallows now. Ugh, the gallows. Ugh. The quickest way out is this way. I get really, really lost in video games. If my mini-map is not adequate enough, I will get so turned around. Gallows.
So what was your favorite series of Digimon?
Tamers, easily.
Yeah, same.
Like,
thing.
as much as I love Adventure and Adventure 2, and even
Yeah.
Try, Tamers just felt the most like a complete cohesive story to me.
And there is no chance of
Like,
finding Maren.
okay, maybe not the most like a complete cohesive story, because they were all complete cohesive stories, but the most like the most well crafted of the stories.
Yeah, it was the one that wasn't afraid to go places that.
Yeah, it got real dark.
Yeah,
Now,
it
to be
did.
fair, part of
My people have been slow to
Adventure not necessarily getting real dark
I will
was
give this to the city guard immediately.
Fox.
was the localization that we got put through as kids before we had the opportunity to choose a subbed version.
Yeah. Yeah, several of the scenes from the original are modded or just completely removed.
Yeah, entire episodes, if I remember correctly, got pulled. Like the one about Dagomon, who's just fucking Dagon.
Oh yeah, I think that one got pulled
Okay,
as well.
so I think I had the wrong combination of people in my party for that quest to really hit. But, basically what happened is we went looking for this dude's wife, and we found her finger.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not good.
yeah,
I mean, most
and-
people want to keep their fingers attached.
yeah. We did not find her. We're never going to find her. Oh, shit, no, I wanted to swap Aveline out. I don't want Aveline for this quest. I want Fenris. Sorry. No, I don't want to do this quest at all. I'm crazy. I want to do... I guess we need to do Wayward Son. Spotted outside the Chantry in Hightown during day. Or... No, yeah, that's it, because it looks like we've already done, Sebastian's thing. So I need to either...
Well,
Okay, do you want to deal with more mages getting fucked over, or some weird shit happening with Templars?
I mean, we're gonna do both of them eventually, aren't we?
Yeah, it's just which one do we want to do first?
Just keep digging the knife deeper. Let's see mages get fucked over more.
Great, okay.
This world is horrible, Scotty. I play games to escape from this shit.
Well,
You're a
that's
masochist.
it's fine.
No denial there.
It's fine. Yeah, I think that's the party I want for this one, if I remember correctly. Yes, that's who I want.
You know what I really want to read one day, Scotty?
What's that?
Some of the Digimon manga, because I've never actually
I've never touched
read
that.
any of that.
I've watched through every single series,
Same.
but I've never read the manga.
Why do you say that? You came all the way from the northern and with them, didn't you? And they're not even your clan. Humans don't have clans.
Exactly. You came so far together, and you didn't have to keep us when you could get along.
So your keeper tells you to stop killing each other, or she'll turn the Arabella around.
Sometimes you also.
I am sorry for your loss, mistress, but I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
I'm guessing
Man,
that Templar wanted
fuck
it
those
for your
guys.
son's good wishes.
Yeah, basically.
I am Ariane.
Apostate, of course, just means someone who was part of a faith that left the faith, but in Dragon Age it specifically means a mage who is not part of the circle.
But his connection to the faith, it gives him nightmares, dreams of demons speaking in his name. I would rather lose him.
So it's 10:30 and it's finally a tolerable temperature here.
I don't even want to know what temperature it is here. Except I'm gonna look it up right now.
So as you know, as you, Scotty, know, I went to my mom's the other day for a couple nights because it was so unbearably hot here that, like, I mean, it was hitting like 30, like low 30 in my room.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a conversion for
I promise you will see
other
your son
people.
again.
Then you have given me the greatest blessing of makeup. I don't know where Cameron is.
During the summer here in Kansas, we regularly hit triple digits Fahrenheit, which I know is around 40 for you.
Jesus.
Yeah, 40 degrees Celsius here is pretty standard. It's bad, and it's either super dry or super humid. There's no in between here.
Yeah, that is the worst. So I looked it up, and that's about 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Right now we're hovering around 80 degrees, and it's 12:30 in the morning.
That's too hot, Scotty.
Yeah, I agree. Do you know what my favorite season is? Winter. For 2 reasons.
Because it's cool?
Because it's cold, and because I don't have allergy problems during the winter. Because all the plants are dead. But our winters are being fucked over thanks to global warming. So it's a crapshoot whether or not we're gonna have a real winter anymore. When I was a kid, we would have blizzards that would deposit 3-4 feet of snow. Hello, Vincento.
I remember, I remember it snowing here when I was a kid. You know, where, like, based on our location, we're not gonna get a lot of snow anyway, but it would snow in December occasionally.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah. Whether or not we get snow at all is questionable these days.
You abandoned your son at birth. If you regret this at all, help me save him now.
There's no man in Kirkwall who is friend to an elf god matron. As I will find the trust.
And
I don't like that guy, but I do like his accent.
Now I have to go back to the gallows. I hate the gallows.
Forgot to take
All
my
right,
pills.
Thrask.
Forgot to take my pills before
Are you the Templar who's pursuing the boy Phoenix?
starting the stream.
Mm.
So widely. Perhaps you know Ariane from when she was with the Danish.
We don't all know each other. There are a lot of clans, you know.
Are you a friend of his?
No young one should ever face down demons alone.
It is surprising what sympathies mages evoke. I always expect people to...
You say that, but I'm a mage, so...
Do not find family soon.
It's because we have
Either he will be taken by the demons, or by
empathy.
predators. And I've said more than
But also I'm a mage, so...
Yes, but even if I'm not a mage, and I would be able to sympathize with a mage, probably.
Seems like you Templars could use all the help you can get.
true. It is surely not in the land's best interests to turn away anyone who seeks to find it. There is a Templar, former Templar, by the name of Samson.
I like Samson.
Left the order due to
I like Samson a lot.
philosophical reasons.
He gets fucked over by the narrative of the series.
Held mages.
Does he get his hair cut?
If Bainreal went to him, Samson wouldn't tell me.
Worse,
Stayed out of sight by day.
but that culminates in Dragon Age Inquisition, so you'll see. Oh, Meryl leveled up at some point. Whoops.
Oh my god. So I'm looking at, like, different manga and like comic books that Digimon have been in, and there's a Chinese manhwa. There's some Digimon style comic books adapting the first 13 episodes. But then right underneath that is something called Panini, and just instantly my head went to like, there's a cool press where you can like get a Digimon burned onto it.
See, my head immediately went to Lil Nas X's song Panini.
I've never heard that.
Well,
I don't know this Lil Nas fellow.
Gay cowboy rapper.
Oh, okay.
Him.
I mean, I approve of his style just already.
Yeah, just look him up. There should be a picture online somewhere of him wearing a lot of pink. Just a lot of pink. It's NAS for the record. Lil Nas X. Samson.
What do you know? I was told my old friend Thrash was advising you folks to seek me out. You were looking for the boy, right?
Oh, that's a fabulous fucking outfit.
I'll tell you now.
Right?
There's not much I can do for you.
Did you meet the boy?
Afraid so. Blighter was dead broke though. Not a silver on him. I helped one mageling for free. I'll never get paid again.
Charity to a point, I see.
I pointed him to a ship captain I know, Rainer. Sometimes he'll take on runaways. Took another apostate last week. Girl I sent him. Might have gone wrong. Though, oozed he put the both of them captive instead.
So your good friend's a kidnapper? Can't say I'm surprised.
Not a friend. Just someone who's not afraid to try this business. Rumour has it, Rainer had the pair of them locked inside a Keys warehouse, somewhere close to dockside. You want to go looking, you might find the lad before he gets ransomed to the Templars, or worse.
The worst is slavery. The worst is always slavery in this series.
My God.
Yeah. It
Seriously.
pains me to ignore all those quest markers.
Fuck this world.
Shrug emoji?
Don't shrug emoji me, Scotty.
I will shrug emoji you all I want.
Oh, don't shrug emoji me.
If it helps, Aaron is oh god damn it. Aaron is running a Pathfinder game set in the Dragon Age universe, where we're going to stop all of this from happening, really.
Oh, okay. Well, yes. I mean, that's good to know.
So, the basic concept behind that campaign is, it's set in the founding of the Dales, which, the Dales being the land that, god damn it, the Dales being the land that the humans gave to the elves after the rebellion against Tevinter, almost 1,000 years ago, around 1,000 years ago. Little over 1,000 years ago. Oh god damn it. Can y'all like stop?
Nope.
And so a couple of us are playing elves. We have a couple of Kossith, which are the race that the Kunari are. Because Kunari are both a race and a religion. So Kossith technically sort of refers to the race. It's complicated. Iron Bull will talk about it in Dragon Age Inquisition when we get there.
Like, what, 40 plus hours?
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. When I play Dragon Age Inquisition, I'm going to do most of the Hinterlands shit off stream because the Hinterlands take forever. And I don't want to make anyone suffer through that.
I mean, that's fair.
So, yeah, my character is a shaman, So I'm effectively playing a mage that has been fused with a spirit, kind of like Anders is in this game. Is that it? Is that everyone? Okay, good.
Get the shinies.
I'm trying not to be completionist. I'm trying not to take time.
They're shinies, though. Come on.
It's just money. How much money do I have? I have plenty of money.
You could always use more money.
Motherfucker.
Capitalism has taught me nothing. So you could always use more money.
I don't like money.
No, me either. There's like this, there's this
Great acting.
There's this panel from a comic. Oh, that was awesome.
You know nothing of magic.
Wow. What happened to her?
So, when a mage gets pissed off enough, or sad enough, scared enough, whatever the case may be, they are much, much more susceptible to demonic possession than they otherwise would be. She became an abomination, which means that she let a demon in. I wasn't closing the fucking door. Oh, god damn it. My dog just opened the door. What a good dog. So, basically, what happens is the Templars will lock the mages up, and then treat them like shit, and then wonder why they've turned into abominations. Father, I know the sacrifices you've made to conceal my secret, but I am a child no longer. I cannot burden you my whole life, lest my secret destroy us both. I must live my own life as a woman, and as a mage. It is oddly freeing to write the word. Farewell, farewell, Father. I hope one day you make peace between what you have been taught and what you have seen. All my love, Olivia. That letter is for Thrask, the Templar that we're dealing with right now. Okay. Now...
so there's a panel, like it's a page from a Spider-Man comic, that really makes me connect with and fall for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically him full on admitting he does not value money. So him and Tony start talking, and Tony's like, "Do you have a mortgage on your house?" Spider, "No." "That's good. I'm renting." "What?" "With 2 other guys." "Aren't you a genius?" "Not when it comes to money." "Why?" "Because I don't value it." "You don't value money?" "No."
Money
Sorry.
sucks.
Yeah. And it's like, I like it. Peter Parker gets it. Money sucks.
Like, money sucks. Money genuinely just sucks. If we didn't have to have money in order to survive, I wouldn't bother with it.
Yeah, same.
Look here, boys. Volunteers. Clap them in irons and let's see what the Vinters will pay for it.
I'd make a terrible slave. I talk too much. And I do that.
Nobody threatens me on my ground. Shut this fuck up.
Fucking murder knife. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Seriously? Can I not just stay in combat, please? Oh. Tilly's rubbing against my legs. She wants my attention desperately.
Well, you know, she does
Cats.
deserve it.
Jesus. Gee, I wonder what this chest could have in it. Oh, it doesn't have what I needed.
By the way, Scotty, speaking of Digimon, did you happen to see that they dropped the episode order for the new reboot?
No, I didn't.
So the original anime ran for 54 episodes, which is pretty good. This one's gonna be longer. It's getting 66 episodes at 23 minutes each.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. Sounds like we are going to hopefully get that expansion. Like, it's pretty clear that they're going to be playing up Kari and TK's roles more.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for that.
I like that they're like pairing them together instead of having TK be there like from the get-go.
And then kind of shoehorning Kari in later.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super interested. Do you think they'll go the same route with villains and stuff? Because I'll admit I'm a couple episodes behind.
So far, it looks like it's going to be different.
I'm cool with that.
Like, not wildly different, but it does look like it is going to be a little different.
That's good.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, obviously, but so far, it's been, you know, very different from what the classic Digimon series was.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's not a bad thing. Like, the classic Digimon series, it did its job and it did it well. I love that series.
For sure.
But also, we're getting, like, much more intricate Tilly, you're very distracting. Much more intricate, complex writing than we did in that original. You know what? I'm just gonna let my companions fight for a little bit. Come here. Come here, little girl. I'm working. Tilly, I'm working.
But she just wanted attention.
I'm working, little girl.
Oh.
Will you let me work?
No.
Will you let me work?
No.
Will you at least look at the camera for a hot second? No, she will not, she says.
Cameras steal my soul.
Get off my desk. Don't knock Molly Mock over. No, well, that fight went well without me.
Our guest streamer, Tilly.
Yeah, the most important guest star.
Well, yeah.
My cat. My horrible menace child who won't leave me alone. Look, a dead body.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't surprise me in this world anymore.
Tell this dirtbag who we are.
If I were you, I wouldn't be threatening the Viscount's son.
What? Oh, I suppose you just got a tip from a slaver that he was selling mage flesh cheap. You never thought to ask where he got it. You never wondered if you were buying the Viscount's well-known love child from his elven mistress. The boy he swore to protect, even if it meant raising the entire Free Marches.
I seek no war with the Free Marches. Take the lad to his father.
We will, once you're dead.
Damnation. You're no good to me as a corpse. Get down.
I hate this dude. I would like to target him. Oh, he's behind. No, he's in? Okay, that's
Well,
fine.
You know, I mean, it's just like a evolved form of Stockholm syndrome. There we go.
On the one hand, I appreciate all of the little one-liners and things that we get in combat from everyone, but on the other hand, I've heard them all so many times. The slavers always say, "Leave the pretty ones alive."
Well, that's what happens when you play this game 30 times.
Hey, I didn't sign up to be called out like this.
Oh, too bad.
I didn't sign up for that.
It was in the fine print. Don't worry, you can call me out when it's my turn.
Y'all, thank you. What? Oh. Try to leave the pretty ones alive. There, now they're all dead.
Let him kill me. He had a sword at my throat, and you just... I mean, thank you, but what if you were wrong?
I'm never wrong.
Huh. That must be convenient. Who are
Yeah.
you? Are you working for the Templars?
Your mother sent me.
Hardly a difference. I can't believe her. My whole life was
That, hardly a difference, reminds me of Agra from the Dark Crystal.
Oh my god, I love her so much. I need to watch that new prequel show. I've heard it's really good.
I haven't gotten very far into it, but I liked it.
I guess you are. Good. Is there any chance you'd help me reach the Danish?
Dark Crystal was, like, my childhood. I grew up on that movie and, like, Labyrinth and Star Trek.
Yeah, for me, I think it was well, Star Wars.
Compared to being held prisoner or made tranquil.
So, like,
I'd risk being
when I was in grade 3
I know it's different in other kingdoms,
and
but here,
part of
no one
4,
else certain mages.
my mum was dating some guy, and we moved up where his
Forever. They could teach me.
his parents were in this small little town called Cornell. We stayed on a farm, and this guy's dad, I can't remember his fucking name, used to record like everything. Like, he had a full setup for, like, he was a pirate basically. So like, my childhood at that time was watching weird movies that were probably
Not super suitable for a child. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
I watched a lot of things as a kid that I probably shouldn't have been, like, allowed to, but they were the movies my mom would pick for family movie nights.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, mine was like, you know, everyone's out and the TV's free and I've done all my chores, so it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch a movie. It's like, oh, what's this movie? Oh, okay, let's watch this thing, The Toxic Avenger.
Oh, like, God, I remember The Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
So I had this stint with recording just any weird movie I could find on IF's, the Independent Film Channel, when I was in high school. I was just wildly interested in watching every possible thing I could find that was just strange. It's how I ended up watching Primer for the first time, which ended up being one of my favorite movies.
I need to see that movie.
And it's also how I stumbled upon Moon, which is also one of my favorite movies.
For that one. I also haven't seen that one.
Yeah. I do own Moon. I can stream it at some point. Actually, Lynn bought it for me because I wanted to make her watch it. And I haven't had a chance to yet. We've been so busy.
We should all watch it together sometime.
Yeah. Going. Where am I? I'm going back to Lowtown to talk to Ariani. So anybody who knows anything about Primer or Moon will understand that what those two movies being among my favorites says about me, especially when you put them next to The Big Lebowski, which is, again, one of my most favorite movies, possibly my favorite movie. You put those three movies next to each other, and what that tells you about my tastes is that I really like movies where, in the end, not a whole lot actually happened, but it was interesting.
I love those movies.
Like, those are some of my favorite movies. It doesn't really end, nothing really changes, they didn't really accomplish anything. Yeah, I just really, really like movies like that, and that's what Primer, Moon, and The Big Lebowski all are. Primer's a little crazier than that, but, like...
But he is human. They did not even wish me to raise him. But they do value magic more than the men of Perhaps he can have both safety and freedom. As I said, I have little money. But this is a Danish movie.
What? She's just got her little feet propped up on the edge of my seat so she can stare at me.
Aww.
I don't know what you want from me, little girl. I'm working. It's working hours. You're very small.
She doesn't care.
You don't understand business hours, do you?
No. And even if she did, she wouldn't care.
Yeah, I guess. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. I want... I don't want sacrifice. I want grave robber. Gonna give you retaliation. Alright, what's next? I guess it's time for Enemies Among Us.
Sure.
Enemies Among Us is Hightown. So while we're in Hightown, we're probably going to stop off and drop off money with... What's-his-face? No, I'll do that later.
Good old
What's-his-face. Yeah, good old What's-his-face. Actually, I am going to stop and do some party swap out for this quest. Mail. Act of mercy. Proud scion of the Hawk family, I dare not contact you directly, but we have met before, and I know you to be a person of good character and unusual ability. Indulge me in a meeting outside the city, for I require your aid in a delicate task. As a token of good faith, I have enclosed a modest sum. There will be more waiting if you can help. Please come as soon as you receive this. If you do not, the lives of many innocents may be on my hands. Sincerely, a friend. What level are we? We're level 9. Okay. Oh, no, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh well. Which one we're doing? We're doing Enemies Among Us. That's what we're doing right now. And then we're gonna do Act of Mercy later. So for Enemies Among Us, I think I want Isabella and Carver? No. Yeah, I want Isabella and Carver with me. So... think it's gonna be Isabella, Carver, and Varric is our party for this quest. Yeah. Alright. We are gonna go drop errant letter off. Just because listening to
What's whoa? Cap?
Cap is celebrating something, I'm just not sure what.
I found this. It was addressed to you. It seems to be from your daughter.
My daughter? Then you know what she is. How she died. When I traced her to that warehouse, I should have forced her into the circle. My own weakness in the face of her pleas is what destroyed her.
You're tired.
That is why I urged Ariana not to give in to the chain meal.
You should drink some coffee. And you know, we just happen to be sponsored by Grinding Coffee.
Well, at least you don't have to.
Yeah, we've got a handy little referral code that's also a coupon code.
Yeah.
Gets you 15% off?
I think it's 13.
13%? I don't
know
know.
why.
It gets you a discount of some sort, and it gives us a commission. That's the important part. Discounted coffee for you. You support a black queer-owned business. You support us.
Which is also
Everyone
a queer
wins.
business.
Yes, we are in fact a queer-owned business, and we
Support
are a
us
queer
queers.
POC-owned business. Alright, Enemies Among Us is up here. I still haven't done the Exiled Prince. God damn it. I don't want to do the Exiled Prince.
So, like, I think I'm gonna have to decide on what my splurge is for next month. Because usually I have enough free money to do one thing or buy one thing. And I'm realizing I wanted to frame one of the posters that I got.
Yeah.
And I also want to get a tattoo. I want to get the crest of love.
Yeah.
I'll have to decide.
I mean, I'd say go for the tattoo. But that's just me.
That is a
What happened to my
that is a really big notice.
Yeah. That's Sebastian. He deserved better from the writers as well.
And is that just going to be the case with every
Yeah,
character?
pretty much.
Okay.
A grave crime was committed against all. I can't do an Irish accent, so I'm not going to be able to sound like Sebastian. I'm sorry.
A grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the free marches. The ruling Vale family of Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity. Prince Sebastian Vale.
Yep.
There you go.
So, Sebastian,
Mine
I guess we're going to do duty before we
subpar
deal with
Irish accent.
this lady. Yeah. I can't do any Irish accent, so I
Irish
need to
was one of
like
the
practice
first
that more.
ones I started practicing because
Yeah, my
I've always
accents
liked-
are not great, which I know Cap is going to disagree with because he has listened to me practice several of my accents. But that does not change the fact that they're really not great.
I mean, I think they're pretty good.
Yeah,
I play with
but-
you in several games, and I am in a game that you DM.
I mean, okay,
so-
but I don't usually put on accents for the game I DM because that's too many characters for me to try and
yeah,
do
that's
accents for. I mean, what I barely did sort of an accent for Jackson when he was drunk that one time, right? I sort of got his Western drawl going a little bit. I have a hard time with a Western drawl because I'm so used to a Southern twang.
It was a weird, just a weird statement overall. I get it, and I like it.
They're two different accents. Like they're very
I
similar.
agree. I know.
Different accents, and I'm much better at a Southern twang because.
Give us a little Southern twang, Scotty.
No.
Oh, come
is
on.
kind of Southern Light and Western Light at the same time, but we're more Southern Light than Western Light. And when I say we're Southern Light, I don't mean, oh, we're part of the South. I mean, we ended up with a lot of people here who think that they're part of the South. Which, you know, not great. I love my dog. You think you got blood on your coat, Varric? Yes, please. Thank you. But yeah, so we get a huge mishmash of accents here as a result of being where we are, and as a result of being, at least once upon a time, the air capital of the United States and the air capital of the world. Like, our airport code, for example, is just straight up intercontinental. ICT. Intercontinental. That's where it came from. We're not an like, we're supposed to be an intercontinental airport. We're not anymore. Like, we just can't be, because everybody considers us a flyover state at this point. Where am I going for this quest? Oh, I'm going here. Act of mercy and duty. Alright.
Duty.
What was I... Where was I? I was having brain thoughts about accents.
Yeah.
And then I got wildly distracted.
Talking about Kansas, that there are people from the
South. Oh, yeah, and our weird accents.
Yeah.
So, my accent, my personal accent, the one I speak in, like, my natural accent, what you are hearing me using right now is called newscaster accent. And it's what, you know, actors are trained to use for, like, just the default voice. It's what newscasters across the nation are expected to use. It's what most people in the United States, and generally around the world, are going to most easily understand English spoken in, for Americans, like American English. This is the standard American English accent. That's what newscaster is. Please do, Isabella. Please open this chest. Thank you. But when I'm being real dramatic, I like to slip into a bit of Southern twang, because Southern's just great for being dramatic in.
I knew we'd get a little bit of that Southern twang.
Yeah. I'm not the most skilled at a Southern twang, but I'm really good at it when I'm being really fucking dramatic for no reason other than that I want to be dramatic.
It's not about skill. It's about
whether
or not you have fun.
It's really hard for me to not think of Southern as a dramatic accent.
It's a very dramatic accent.
Like, Southerners are dramatic.
What? That's crazy talk.
Oh yeah, we'll just secede from the nation because we want to keep owning people. That's dramatic!
Well, I guess it's a tad dramatic.
Oh, ow. Love that thunder sound. That crunchy thunder sound. Crunch, crunch. But yeah, I have a hard time with, Jackson's voice, because it's really hard for me to differentiate my Western drawl from my Southern twang. And the biggest difference is that the Western drawl is just a little bit slower than a Southern twang is. So I just kind of struggle with that. Okay, I've done all of those things. I can leave. we can go back to Kirkwall now. We don't have to be in this godforsaken place. I'm not dealing with that yet. Oh, I haven't even entered the Chantry yet. Gods. I'm real good at playing this game, did you know?
I did. I mean, you should be. You played it 30 plus times? Is that what you said?
More than. I'm not sure exactly how many times. I definitely lost count after 35. And...
I just want to do the math on that. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's this specific character that I've played through that many times.
Okay, so you said a completionist run-through is how long?
Yeah, for me it's 30 to 40 hours. I think my last one was around 33 or 34.
Okay, we'll average it out and say 35. And you've done it. How many times do you think you've done that?
At least 40? I'm not entirely sure how many straight run-throughs I've done of my Macario playthrough. I know I've only done my Vasca playthrough like twice. 3 times? 3 times.
Okay. So that is roughly 1,400 hours.
Yeah.
Which is 58.3 repeating days.
Yeah, that sounds like lowballing it, actually, to be perfectly honest. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've spent more time than that on this game, just because I love this story so much. I desperately love the characterization in this game, and very specifically, I love the way that the companion characters, like, their lives evolve and change regardless of what you do. That's just crucial to me. Okay, we're gonna go to the Black Emporium real quick before we get started with another major story quest, because I want to tell you about the Black Emporium. So the Black Emporium
Sounds
is
like
this
a good place.
horrible, yeah, it's this horrible little place.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah, run by this
What?
guy called Xenon the Antiquarian.
Fuck.
Look at him. Look at him. So what happened with Xenon the Antiquarian is he asked a demon for immortality. He did not ask for an ageless body. So he's immortal.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Xenon the Antiquarian. He has just an urchin and a golem. And... oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here for me to take. Forgot about that. And...
Can I get a better look at him?
whoops. This is about the best look I can do for you.
That's wild. What is he... How is he talking?
If I remember correctly, there's a magic item somewhere around him. Oh, here we go. I can click on him. And it gives me the codex elsewhere. I can't. The pickled apples of Arlathan. I expressed my incredulity to the shop's assistant, who coldly noted that he did not like my implication. He insisted that every article in the Black Emporium was genuine. No fakes, imitations, or cheap knockoffs. I must have appeared unconvinced, for the assistant narrowed his eyes at me and disappeared into the bowels of the shop, returning several minutes later. He removed the jar of pickled apples from its display case, and proceeded to carefully, reverentially, remove the wax seal from the lid of the jar. I watched with fascination as the jar was opened, and a single rosy apple pulled from it. It looked as if it had been picked just that day, at the peak of ripeness. With a paring knife, the assistant cut the tiniest sliver of flesh from the apple and presented it to me. The flavor of that one small sliver was astonishing. It was as close to a perfect apple as ever there was. I was experiencing the essence of every apple ever eaten, and that ever will be eaten. When it was over, the sense of loss that filled me was sharp enough to move me to tears. The rest of the apple was returned to the jar, which was then resealed. I paid 5 sovereigns for that single taste, and I believe I got the better part of the bargain. From the letters of Brother Ferdinand Genitivi to Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar.
That's awesome!
So, Brother Genitivi, we meet him in Origins when we go to Haven, which is a town held the Urn of Sacred Ashes, which are the cremated remains of the prophetess Andraste, who is, of course, the foundation for the entire religion that rules over all of Thedas right now. So we went to Haven. Haven is ruled by a cult that believes Andraste was reincarnated into a dragon. And we saved Genetivi from this cult. At which point, you can either kill him because he wants to tell everyone where Haven is, or you let him tell everyone where Haven is. So that pilgrims can flock to this location and see the urn of sacred ashes for themselves. And, you know, just be weird and creepy about this woman's cremated remains, honestly. Like, those are your two main options with Genetivi. But Genetivi is also, like, the primary scholar for the history of Thedas. Most of your articles about the history of the world are written from Genetivi's perspective, and the first volume of the World of Thedas is also supposed to be Genetivi's writing. The second volume, if I remember correctly, has a chunk of Genetivi's writing, but considering he can potentially be dead after Dragon Age Origins, and World of Thedas Volume 2 covers Inquisition, and Dragon Age 2... Yeah. Anyway. So, the Pickled Apples of Arlathan. Arlathan, of course, being the greatest city of the Elven Empire before they fell.
Cool.
And then over here, we have the Box of Screaming! Listen. Oh, it doesn't scream when I click on it. I received the box from a man I met in the Silent Plains. He spoke little and would not reveal his name. For reasons I shall not detail here, I had been kidnapped and left for dead in that grey, wind-blasted wasteland. After days of walking, I was parched and close to death. I was about to dash my head on a rock to speed my passing when the man arrived. He possessed a water skin containing ample water for a person traveling from our location to the Imperial Highway. From there, he said, I could find my way to Solus or Paravantium. He offered to give me the water skin if I agreed to take 3 things from him: a glowing crystalline shard, bronze sphere, and an iron-bound box with no hinges. I asked the man if he wished to have these items delivered. He said that he merely wanted me to have them. It was an odd request, but I was too weak and too desperate to think much of it. And so I agreed. The man put the items into a leather sack, which he handed to me along with the water. What about you? I asked. He said nothing, only pointed in the direction from which I had come. There is nothing that way, I said. He merely smiled at me. I found the Imperial Highway about a day later, and a caravan driver agreed to take me to Paravantium in exchange for the large glowing shard. In Paravantium, I bartered the bronze sphere for new clothes and room at the inn. That night, I examined the iron-bound box and found no way to open it. I held it to my ear and thought I heard slow, measured breathing coming from within. My mind was afire with curiosity, and I obtained from the innkeeper a large hammer, thinking to smash the thing open. The moment the hammer touched the box, it shrieked. The shrill sound pierced the depths of my soul. I gave the box to the innkeeper in the morning and felt the better for having rid myself of it. A page torn from a mysterious journal on display in the Black Emporium. Yep. Oh, that's a shop. I don't want to deal with a shop. So, this fun mirror here that doesn't have glass in it will let me change my appearance if I want to, and I don't want to.
Oh, cool.
Anyway.
What's a Vessel of Tears? Oh, come on, Scotty.
Although this wax-stoppered vessel is clearly labeled Tears Shed During the Burning of Treviso, many questions remain, not the least of which is, which burning of Treviso? When the Kunari conquered it in 635 Steel? When it was burned by the liberating armies of the White and Black Divines during the Second Exalted March of 752 Storm? Or when it accidentally burned to the ground in 862 Blessed after a dark hand knocked over a lantern in a warehouse full of lamp oil? Even assuming the correct event could be determined, the question of whose tears have been collected remains. Presumably not any of the numerous fire victims. Surviving relatives, perhaps? Nobles with summer homes on the Antivan coast? It should be noted that nowhere on the label does it say that these tears were shed in relation to the event, so they could have been the tears of a woman in Montsamard, weeping because she was not asked to dance at the last costume ball, unaware that at that very moment one of the greatest port cities of Thedas was aflame. From the letters of Brother Ferdinand Genetivi to Sister Bertrine, Chantry Scholar.
I like that.
Oh, I nearly forgot.
Is there a thing?
Here we go. Can stone lie with purpose? Can it beckon with raw feminine command, yet shine with an inspiring virtue? That challenge was posed to sculptor Arwan de Glace, artisan and son of Empress Borgine of Orlais. It was busy work and rhetoric in a time of excess, but answer he did, with the reserves of a nation and a passion unhealthy. His subject, Our Lady, though not as depicted in traditional statuary. Arwan's mad ambition summoned the form of Andraste uninterrupted by the trappings of war and devoid of the vestments she assumed after death. It was living, commanding, obscene, yet inspired. To gaze upon it was to be enthralled, spiritually and physically. It was the latter that alarmed Chantry officials. They blanched at the thought of Our Lady being possessed of such a base appeal, even as they, too, were drawn. The work could not be destroyed without threatening the balance between empire and hallowed, so grave censorship was enacted under the guise of honoring. Enchanters were tasked with extending the ethereal that hides the fade, drawing it around the form like a cloak. Our Lady remains in the stone and in this world, but mortal eyes are forever denied her treasure and glory. She is veiled in every sense. As in all things, unintended consequences must vex those with pure intentions. Modesty would have been better served by a thickened sheet, drawn back when techniques were to be studied. As it is, the sculptor's skills are accessible only to an exploring touch, defining the shape by intimate caress. All manner of strange congress has stemmed from tempted hands and the innocent wish for clarity. From Art and Shame, Forbidden Wonders of Faith, by Faucine de Petitfort, translated by Philium, a bard.
Thank you, being Philium. A bard!
So the idea here is someone made a statue of Andraste naked, and the Chantry said, "We can't have that," and turned it invisible.
With her lady parts out there?
Yeah.
No.
Right? I know, awful.
Just hanging out there?
Apparently.
No. You can't have that.
Oh, ow. Okay, let's see here. Go back home for a hot second. Okay, we need to do Act of Mercy. We'll go ahead and do Act of Mercy before we do Enemies Among Us, just so we finish up that mage line. Now, if I remember correctly, I want Varric, Aveline, and Anders?
I'll take your word for it.
Varric, Aveline, and Anders.
I'm gonna fold some laundry.
Solid.
Because I forgot to do this before the stream started.
Riveting stuff happening on the All-Nighters.
Oh yes!
Dragonlings! I just want to know what the voice director for this game told people. For all of the combat noises.
While in recording?
Yeah. Like, just sound as anguished as possible. To be a fly on that wall.
Yeah! No. More anguished.
Whoops. Oh. I have to level this guy up. Wow, that's a lot of points. It's almost like I don't like having him in my party.
Who? Oh, Anders?
Yeah. Just not my favorite person.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny. Someone who is actually a friend of mine is named Anders. So there's some confusion sometimes when I talk about not liking Anders.
Although, I know you're not the type of person, but if you were, it would be a good way to talk shit about someone behind their back. Man, I really hate that Anders.
Fortunately, I like my friend Anders. He's a good fellow.
Well, that's good for Anders right now.
I thought perhaps you would be willing to show mages a kindness once a month.
What? You can't be nice yourself?
You are no Templar. You cannot know what a badge of shame that would be. There are a number of apostates hiding in those caverns.
We are not going to kill apostates for you.
I was hoping you might speak to the group. Convince them to surrender peacefully before my fellow Templars arrive.
Fuck right off, dude.
If you've got this many mages escaping, you Templars aren't too good at your jobs.
They were
Yeah.
not our choice. They were en route to Kirkwood from Stormhaven when they escaped. These mages have shown they attack Templars on sight. You have a better chance than I to convince them they are better off alive in the circle than free and dead.
How about free and alive? Is that an option? I think that should be an option.
No, apparently free and alive is not an option.
I don't like that.
Yeah, no, neither do I. This world you like really sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, just the state of it. Mages kept as slaves. Can't see a goddess vagina.
Ow! Jeez, that dude really took a bite out of me.
They must be truly desperate.
Only one way out for these mages now.
It was half my health in one hit. From a mage.
Well, he is a mage. And you are a mage.
I know I'm a mage.
I just mean, like, you don't really have a ton of health.
Oh, no, I actually have a lot of health.
Oh.
I like to have a fair amount of survivability. So
your mage
especially
is-
because I play a blood mage, I
Ah.
need to make sure that I actually have HP to spend on my magic.
Gotcha.
Once I get to the point that I'm using blood magic regularly.
So your mage is not a glass cannon.
No. My mage needs to be survivable. Although, very similar to Zala, I tend to characterize Macario as being kind of self-sacrificing. Which we'll talk more about when we get to the end of Act 2.
I look forward to it. Wait, of Dragon Age or Everyone Dice?
Dragon Age.
Okay.
It was his decision.
Gotcha.
He kept saying that he would label us blood mages if we fled. Why not use it as it's our best tool?
I'm happy to talk about how self-sacrificing Zala can be pretty much any time. I think
Oh,
I've made
yeah.
that clear in how I play her.
Blood magic is a work of
And the conversation that she had with Cordelia last session.
I love that so much.
This is the leader of these mages.
That was one hell of a conversation.
Yeah.
no one could find us. We would be free. I think maybe he said
And you've done a really good job lately of remembering not to use.
Starts raising undead, and it's all downhill from there.
Not to use articles.
Yeah.
I have 4 sticky notes present right now that say no articles, and then in the inside of my dice box, I have another sticky note that says no articles.
following lessons. He's gone mad. I think he'd kill us all just to take the Templars down.
Seth Rast waits outside. You will be safe there.
I'm doing my best to remember not to use articles, just because, like, that's what I did with the giant conlang. That I still need to flesh
Yeah.
out more. I need more. I need to develop more of that conlang. Because, like, there's just not enough of it yet.
Well, especially if you encounter, like another
Other Goliaths
Yeah.
or giants or whoever. Although, like, I am kind of sorry that I decided to make a whole conling, because, you know, that's something you're gonna have to deal with.
Hey, I'm fine with it.
I care what shield they carry. If they challenge us, the Dents themselves will meet the call.
Primarily, though, I want to get to a point where I have names for Zala's weapons sorted out. Oh good, my dog is already out here. Shit! Where did he go? There he is. Okay.
You killed him. Decimus. You should have listened to me. Oh, I saw what you were. How could you murder one of your own just for daring to defy the Templars?
He obviously meant a lot to you.
He was our future.
I don't know about that.
We never thought to fight back.
He attacked us!
He was going too far, but he said it was the only way to protect us. To protect me. She won't admit it, but it's obvious she's just as corrupt. I swear to you, I have had no truck with demons. Please, we only want our freedom. Without your help, the Templars will execute us all for Decimus' crimes.
Why not? It's not like I'll be joining the Templars anytime soon.
Then we must first throw off this heat. There is a Templar who follows us. We must have met him in Rental. Kill him, and we can get clear of Kirkwall before the Templars send more men.
Trask?
The death of one Templar would
A little drastic.
innocent.
But, like, to be fair,
Have us kill a man for doing
the
just work
Templars
of the
would want to kill literally every mage in this cave, so...
Leave it to me. By the time I'm done, these Templars will swear that the sky is green.
Your confidence almost makes me believe you. But I spent 2 weeks traveling with these Templars. They strike first and think after. They are far easier to kill than...
Laundry is all done.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Alright, if I remember correctly, I have to go back the way I came.
Only the most exciting stuff on the All-Nighters.
Oh yeah, riveting shit.
History of chess, some Digimon talk,
And
then-
laundry.
and then laundry. Just when you thought the night couldn't get
Yeah.
any
There
router.
are a lot of exciting things that I want to rant about, but I'm gonna have to wait until you're the one playing a game to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Just because I will lose my topic so fast if I'm trying to play and rant at the same time.
Well, I mean, we can switch to me before.
Yeah, we
finish.
can certainly do that.
Like-
I'm thinking if I've got my... Where the fuck am I going? I'm going this way. If I've got my pacing figured out right, we'll be able to finish up Act 1 next week. Maybe. Hopefully. It's just a question of whether or not I can remember to clear out my inventory and do some management stuff between weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
With everything else that I've been doing. Love those crunchy graphics. God, I need a new GPU.
Look at those sideburns.
Yeah.
I kind
the
of
chops.
love them. The mutton chops, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him who we are.
Did the Knight Commander forget to tell Sir Karas that Enchanter Hog came from Pharona to help her root out rebel mages?
Yes, I was just about to tell you.
Did that investigation of the main those captains? Because we never know that nonsense.
If it was what it resulted to blood actually then develop the counter.
But literally, it let out ahead of us.
Oh, Scotty's rant about comics? Well, I mean, we can talk about comics. I have some fucking feelings on
Casey
comics.
can talk about comics a lot more than I can at this point.
Oh, let me tell you about comics.
My comic ranting is about Golden Age comics specifically, which I know I've talked to Logan about before. I can go off about Golden Age comics, and I can go off about the Arrow family, but that's about it these days. Although you get me started on Spider-Man, specifically the issues with the MCU Spider-Man movies, and I will go for hours because I'm angry.
What are the issues with the MCU Spider-Man? I know, I'm just like picking at a wound.
So Miles Morales, right?
Oh, like instead of Peter Parker, you mean?
So here's the thing. Is with the MCU Spider-Man movies, they decided to use Peter Parker again. Which, okay, fine, whatever. I'm tired of Peter Parker. I'm tired of the pasty white boy
Me too.
always being Spider-Man. Like, I like Peter Parker as a character just fine, but as a symbol of New York, as this expression of the common man of New York, Peter Parker isn't it anymore. Peter Parker hasn't
That's
been an
true.
expression of the common man of New York for a long time. Miles Morales, however, is poor, black, Latino. That speaks New York, especially these days.
That's very true.
And then on top of that, like we move beyond that. We move beyond that, and you've got. They took an entire boy out of Miles Morales' story and gave him to Peter Parker. An entire ass boy.
Oh, is that Ned? Oh, that's
His entire best friend was originally Miles Morales' childhood friend, who he ended up going to the same school with because of the scholarship lottery that he won. That's why we only got to see tiny little snippets of him in Into the Spider-Verse in the theatrical release, because when Homecoming came out and they realized that they had stolen an entire ass boy out of Miles Morales' story to give to Peter Parker, they realized that they couldn't include Miles Morales' canonical best friend and confidant, or they would get accused of stealing the entire ass boy.
That's depressing.
So I have massive problems with that, because if you can't make the pasty white boy interesting without stealing from your black Latino character, just use the black Latino character instead.
Yeah.
Change his story. You're changing Peter Parker's story anyway.
I would have been more interested if it was Miles Morales.
Like, I'm just so frustrated.
Very fair. I didn't know
But
that
Into
Ned
the Spider-Verse
his...
was amazing, so.
Fantastic. I love that movie. I didn't know that Ned was his childhood friend.
I don't know how to actually pronounce his name in the comics. They changed his name and everything. But fat, ambiguously brown nerd kid was Miles Morales' best friend. And they took him and used him for Peter Parker instead. Like, just give us our Afro-Latino Spider-Man instead if you want to use his entire most important, like, background character.
Yeah, you know what? I find it really offensive that, and I know as a pasty white individual myself, you take this offense with a grain of salt, but like the fact that Black Panther is the only Marvel movie to have like an all-black cast and like
almost all-black cast. They still had to put one white man in it in order to make the white audience give a shit.
And he had to be a hero too.
Mm-hmm. You can't have a white guy be the villain.
No.
Or a bad guy at all.
Yeah.
Then it would be about race.
It's just kind of... It's kind of shitty that... they're, like, they've only used an all-black cast and, like, crew for Black Panther and not any other movies. As almost as if they're saying... That's fine for these
The black
movies.
hero.
Yeah, that's fine for that.
It's only okay for the black hero.
But it's not okay...
It's not okay for...
You know.
It's
not okay for, like... Well, like... If they don't color up the next... Like, and go with Riri Williams... I mean, Sam Wilson is already... Captain America, canonically.
I love Sam Wilson.
I'm excited to see him. I'm actually really glad they gave him the shield instead of Bucky, because I know canonically in the story, Bucky becomes Cap first and Sam becomes him later. But it makes way more sense for it to be Cap. Or for Cap to be Sam.
Mm-hmm. Because Bucky's got his own identity and his, his
own issues.
Path to being his own person again after everything he went through shouldn't be to become the man his best friend was.
Yeah, exactly. That's not finding himself.
No, absolutely not.
I think that they might make him gay as well, or at least bi.
I'm not gonna hold out hope for that.
I mean, I'm not holding my breath, but
I'm so tired of Disney's got their first gay character. Disney's got their first gay character. Disney's got their first gay character.
Yeah, the queer couple in Rise of Skywalker that are conveniently easy enough to just excise from the
it's always this quick little thing that can be cut out that doesn't matter.
It can never be something that like
it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not.
It infuriates me to no fucking end that
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
That's one of the main reasons I've kind of shifted away from like the big two comics.
Yeah, Marvel and DC.
Like I've got Marvel Unlimited, and it's a great service. Makes it super easy to like read some of my favorite runs, catch up on stuff, because I've heard that Immortal Hulk is really good, and tackles some cool themes. But like, I'm so tired with Marvel and DC characters.
My companions are weird.
Yes, they are.
Can you help me? My brother.
What happened to your brother?
Yeah, I've got a lot of opinions about comics and things.
We'll definitely have to talk more about that because, comics is an area I could talk for hours and hours about.
And race is one of those areas I can talk about for hours and hours, and things like the fucking over of Miles Morales. are, you know, kind of the crossover point there. Yeah. Although, like, I will say, kudos to DC for casting a Polynesian man for Aquaman instead of a white blonde dude.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
One, Jason Momoa equals Polynesian, which works out better for, you know, a character like Aquaman anyway, in my opinion.
For sure.
And 2, Jason Momoa pretty.
Yeah, he really is.
Me big gay.
Yeah. I don't know what to classify that as for me.
Queer.
Very queer. Yeah, no, I quite enjoyed Aquaman. Cause
I still haven't watched it. I need to watch it because Jason Momoa pretty and me big gay.
It's fun,
but
it eschews that sort of dark, dreary mentality that was the first half of the Zack Snyder's DCU. Which is just like...
Yeah, I haven't watched most of the DC cinematic universe. I am planning on watching Birds of Prey at some point. I just haven't had a chance to. I am delighted about the fact that they cast a black woman to play Black Canary.
Yeah. And, like...
Absolutely love that.
Of course they did, because, I mean, like, no one else could have played her, as in my opinion. She just... Junie Smollett-Bell did an amazing job on all levels.
I am super excited to eventually get the chance to watch that movie. Because I love Black Canary. Like, I adore Black Canary. Black Canary is one of those characters that I can talk about for hours and hours and hours on end. Because she's just so, in every iteration of her, so wildly fascinating to me. And it's really important to note that Black Canary was the first female character in comics, flat out, to have her own title. It was not Wonder Woman, it was Black Canary.
Really?
Yes, and that was a major point in my in my senior paper over Golden Age comics, was the fact that Black Canary was the first female hero. She was the first heroine to have her own title. I can't remember if Catwoman got her own title before Black Canary or not, but since Catwoman is, like, Catwoman rides the line between villain and hero, I didn't count her in that metric. Especially because that early, she was pretty strictly a villain.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh god. Be nice to me, Fenris, I love you. I hate that line. I'm playing the numbers game.
I see fear and danger. But enough. I'm sure we came here for a reason.
Do you know a recruit named Karen? His sister is looking for him.
We cannot speak to you, Miss Sam.
To the void of that. Karen will be out for busy.
I think you might be wrong about Black Canary.
Am I?
Yes.
I shouldn't be. I researched that heavily.
Well, she first appeared in Flash.
She
comics.
first appeared as a side character.
Yes,
but she got her own title relatively early.
Well, that was her first appearance, though, like, in comics.
Yeah.
Was in 1947. Wonder Woman's first appearance is 1941, and she got her first series in 1942.
Something about that seems wrong. I would have to double check my research, but that was a decade ago, so I'm not sure where I put it.
I mean, I'll research it more myself. This is like skimming Wikipedia.
Yeah. I know that Black Canary's solo title was like this groundbreaking thing. I don't know.
I mean,
I'll
it might have
double check
been.
You're already defying orders to talk to me. Might as well share the good stuff.
It can still be groundbreaking.
Has some new initiation.
Yeah, I just don't.
Not strong enough.
I don't remember the years anymore because it's been a decade since I wrote that paper, since I did all that research.
Templar would die just as quickly.
And you honestly believe
Recruits keep going missing.
Wilmot came back?
Anyway, Black Canary's still my favorite. I fucking adore her.
She's amazing. I really like her as well.
Can you tell me anything else?
Wilmot told me he was living in St. Campbell. Clearly he said,
Why didn't you tell us this?
Night Captain Cullen ordered it.
I hate Cullen.
Chased after
Oh
Wilmot.
god, we're about to meet Cullen. Ugh. I'm gonna have to tell you all about Cullen. Ugh.
Oh, that sounds.
I hate this
pleasant.
man. I hate this man.
It's not so bad.
This is like one of my most controversial opinions about Dragon Age is that Cullen sucks. I hate this man. So Cullen was introduced in Dragon Age Origins. And you first meet him when you go to the Mage Tower to solve the problems happening there. Problems happening there, of course, being mages bridling under oppression and boiling over, resorting to blood magic and deals with demons and so on and so forth. And Cullen has been trapped and terrorized by demons and demon-possessed mages. This is Cullen.
Mercy, sir. Mercy. Worry that easy. Don't leave me.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now.
I thought Templars only treated mages this badly. Nice to see you're branching out.
This is Templar business, stranger.
You can imagine why I don't like him already.
You have struck me the
Because he's an asshole?
Yeah! God, I hate him. So, when you find him, he has been captured and tortured by demons and demon-possessed mages, which, okay, I will grant that it's fair for him to be stressed the hell out and traumatized by that situation, but he does not, over the course of any games, get better, necessarily. He calls for the annulment of the Kirkwall, or not Kirkwall, the Ferelden Circle of Mages. Rage Demon. I'm trying to fight this Rage Demon, please. So he calls for the annulment of the Ferelden Circle of Mages, which means literally killing them all. It's straight up a genocide of Ferelden mages, is what he wants you to commit.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And, like, go figure, I'm not okay with that.
What?
Right?
I knew he was involved in something sinister. But this... Is it even possible?
With what I've bumped into in Kirkwall, nothing surprises me anymore.
So in Dragon Age 2,
Cullen, I thank you for your assistance.
he's been promoted to Knight Captain for some reason, after being traumatized, and potentially there's a potential ending to Dragon Age Origins where Cullen ends up running through the tower slaughtering mages. And then he's sent to Kirkwall to be a Knight Captain?
Well,
position of authority within the Templar Order?
You know, fail upwards.
I hate this man. And, like, that's only one possible ending for him, but still, the fact that it's an ending, and the fact that they looked at this man and went, we should include him in Dragon Age 2 and retcon that ending.
They were last seen together at the Blooming Rose. But I had no doubt interrogating young ladies there. I doubt they know anything of magic or demons.
I'd be willing to search there.
The order would truly be in their debt, always with this. No one at the brothel will speak with me for fear I would shut them down for serving our recruit. If you learn what manner of creature did this to Wilmot, please come tell me in the gallows. I will ensure you are rewarded.
We're gonna have a fun time with demons.
Sounds like like a how-to book. Fun time with demons.
Oh yeah. I should write that.
Do it.
Let's see here.
Oh, I don't know why that reminds me, but that reminded me. I have to send you this link to this really awesome werewolf short story that I read. It's written by Danny Lore. I don't know if you know them.
I don't think I do.
They're a writer, a lot of comic stuff. I'm not 100% sure of their ethnicity. I think they might be African American. But anyway, the point is they write incredibly just rich stories. And it's this really cool, like, what is it? Suburban fantasy werewolf story.
I do like urban fantasy. Urban fantasy is my genre. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, I have.
We have a lot of missing Templars. If we don't act quickly, we may only find corpses.
Now, no need to get all dramatic.
I'm really excited about restructuring Stormfront to actually fit my modern fantasy world. I'm gonna have to change a lot of things, like, for example, everything that happened in the Orpheum, because ghosts don't exist in Cognizant. They just straight up don't. So that's gonna have to go entirely differently.
That's quite the stage name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But we'll have to talk about that because the Orpheum is one of the things that...
One of those defining aspects for how Kay has changed. And I know exactly what I'm going to do with it, and I will help lay that out for you. I'm also going to have to dump a whole lot of lore on you about the world, just to help you refigure Kay anyway.
That's fine.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Because there are a lot of changes that need to be made in order to get Stormfront properly in line with my world lore.
You didn't hear any of this from me.
Because, like I said, ghosts don't exist. When people die, their souls just kind of flit away into nothingness, and the stuff that was part of their souls.
You elves have such pretty eyes. Even men.
Isabella?
Makes me want to pluck them out and wear them as
I love her so much.
Oh, I would never try. Not without.
Isabella?
Forget I said it.
Ugh.
You leave her alone.
You must be
I don't want her to pluck out Fenris's eyes. I like his eyes.
She's not gonna.
entertaining a Templar named Wilma.
She's just thinking about it.
Or Karen.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Do your clients like this charade? It must get dreadfully tiresome.
Whatever do you mean? Questions are boring. Why don't we have some real fun?
Hawk, go easy on this lovely creature.
You should listen to your friend.
We have to ask her about Karen. What's your problem?
Yes. But certainly there's no harm mixed in business and pleasure.
He knows what's what.
Charming and relentless as you are.
No.
Investigate.
Answer one of my questions. Who told you about little old man?
It was Vivica. She showed me her books.
Oh.
That wasn't so hard, was it? So Vivica sold me out, did she? That drab, pathetic little sewer rat. She will be dealt with.
Who is
Just
she?
do one more thing for me. Draw your blood and bring it gently across your throat.
Hey, now.
Will not be toyed with.
How did you... Oh, shit. Spare me, sir.
I think we have a bot? We have a bot.
Yeah. Well, you know. It's nice.
You're just
It's appreciated.
I suppose.
It means we're doing something right.
I guess.
Right? Isn't that how that goes?
Maybe?
I don't know.
Anyway, if you missed that, she just tried to use a compulsion on me.
Yeah.
And I said no.
I got that.
Okay. I'm not here for that.
Apostate prostitutes. Apostitutes.
Haha! Yes! That's why I love her.
Isabella is delightful. I just like Fenris more.
I know.
I can't help who I am. And who I am is wildly gay and obsessed with Fenris's entire story.
I know. I'm just also wildly queer.
Oh. Alright. We're probably gonna finish up this quest and call it for tonight.
That sounds about right.
And then in theory, next week we should be able to just jump right into the deep roads.
Sounds good. I'm excited
Which
to
is
see the
going to
deep
be
roads.
the end of the first act. And there's gonna be a lot of trauma.
Yay!
I know,
More
that's what you live
trauma.
for.
That's
Can I have my dog, please? Shit. I would like it if Isabella doesn't die. Cool.
Yeah, I would like that too.
I know. That's why I'm trying to make sure she doesn't.
I appreciate it.
But also because I just like her. I do like Isabella a lot. I was considering doing my Vasca playthrough for this stream, but I can't. I don't think I can handle the warrior or rogue combat right now.
That's totally
not
fair.
until I can get treatment for whatever is up with my hands.
Yeah, that's fair.
With the mage, I don't have to do quite as much clicking and retargeting as with the warrior or rogue. I do appreciate all of the music in this franchise. The music is just good.
Yeah, the music has been pretty good all around. Did they kill your dog?
They might have. It's okay, I can resummon him.
That's not the point.
He's fine. He's a Mabari Warhound.
So they can't die?
Ow. I mean, they can, but I can just resummon him, so it's fine.
Does death mean anything when you can just be resummoned?
No.
What the hell is happening here?
Things.
More vessels for our experiments.
is Karen?
Perhaps the demons will find one of you suitable.
This demon worship thing is a real turn-off.
I am not some hopeless waif that ran crying to a demon. I sought them out and embraced them.
You do know I cut a path through your abominations, right?
Good, good. The demons like spirit. If a few more
I
tempers
hate
the demons,
the makeup on this character.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't-
not really
I don't-
good.
I don't know why they had to do this with so many characters in Dragon Age 2, but so many of them just have bad makeup.
crazy.
Good to know you're barking mad. That makes things easier.
In days of old, the Tevinter Imperium spanned the known world.
What the fuck
You know
is
who
that?
spanned the known world first? Elves.
With a wave of a hand, I can do more than a Templar can achieve in a lifetime. Yet they command us. Absurd.
Although Dragon Age has a problem with trying to paint the elves as just as bad as everyone else. To try and justify what happened to them. As if a genocide can never be justified. I know my native is showing again, but I think it's fair.
Yeah, I agree. Did I show you the pins that I picked up for Everyone Dice?
You did not.
I picked up these really awesome. One of them is a they/them pronouns pin that I'm just gonna wear like all the time now.
Valid.
And the other is this really cool end gender pin that like it's the word gender in the rainbow font, and it's got brackets around END, the END part of gender.
Valid.
Yeah, it's really cool. I hope they arrive before Wednesday. I also hope my Critical Role shirt arrives before Wednesday.
This poor man.
Is it over? Karen. Yes. That's my name. Oh, thank the maker.
I picked the wrong people for this quest.
But is it only Karen? It could be Karen plus one. A very nasty plus one.
I forgot who gets approval for this and who doesn't.
Interesting. What do you remember about how you got here? I was with a lady, and then things got fuzzy. Nightmares then. On fire for days. A demon laughing. A naked lady with her razor claws in my chest.
Desire demons.
Ah.
I really hope that with Dragon Age 4 they show us Desire demons in a different form than just hot naked lady.
Yeah.
Because that's the only form of Desire demon that we've seen throughout all of Dragon Age so far.
Well,
in
when
the
your
game.
team is mostly men, as I assume of
Yeah.
most any video game company team.
Yeah, it is. I
That's- you're just gonna
because like it is canon that Desire demons will take the shape of whatever their target most wants, which
but-
doesn't necessarily mean a hot person.
Yeah.
It's just whatever they desire.
One of them just turns into a sandwich.
How would you feel if I told you there might be a demon living?
Or someone holding a sandwich on a platter anyway.
Yeah.
I can't. You can. Blame the mages who summoned whatever possesses you.
Just me. You have to believe me.
If there's even the slightest chance you're possessed, the Templars need to know.
I hate saying that.
Me, I swear.
Don't tell the Templars.
But there's also a chance that he's possessed, and I don't like that either.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Tell them I'm all right. Tell my sister. I must go.
So Cullen awaits our
I hate Colin. I hate him. Oh, Isabella's mad at me. Whoops.
she's mad at you.
I'll fix it later. There are a bunch of little quests, like side quests, that I can do over the week to get Isabella's approval up. I also need to get Fenris's approval up more, I think. Where are my approvals sitting? Let's see. Isabella's still solidly neutral on me. But I will get approval up. like I said, Varric is the easiest one to make friends with. Almost all of his approval comes in Act 1. It's super easy to cap his approval. And once you've capped someone's approval, you don't have to worry about it lowering anymore.
Oh, so it stays there forever.
Yup.
That's kind of nice.
Nice, if not entirely realistic.
Oh, definitely not. Although, to be fair, I mean, there are times where you might overlook the negative thing someone says just because you really like them.
Yeah, true.
Karen is safe. Bad news. Half of your recruits may have been possessed by demons.
Sweet blood of Andraste.
Did you say something about recruits and demons?
I didn't want to tell you, Marcia. They were horrible. Those mages see the rest of us as ants to be crushed.
No, we don't.
Until they've destroyed the chantry.
We do want the chantry destroyed.
Mages have been systematically abused by the Templars for 1,000 years. How can you say that after what you see?
Because both things can be true.
They are not like you.
Mages cannot be treated by people. They are not like you and me, Colin says to the man with the staff on his back.
Our weapons. They have the power to light a city on fire at the fit of peak.
I admit that does reduce their bargaining position, but there must be some middle ground.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps mages need better education as to why the chantry functions as it does. Perhaps they would not go against the will of Andraste herself. I will look into it. For now,
See, based on who I have with
you are
me.
free of demons. I must strip you of your commission immediately.
No, you can't really think that. Karen's fine. He's safe.
He is not to blame. But tell that to the victims if it turns out...
Fenris is right. He isn't to blame.
Please, sir. I
But
tried
also,
to resist. I never took anything they offered. I need this position or my sister can't eat.
I hate that. I hate everything about this. Like, Dragon Age 2 did better with Grey Morality than Inquisition has done. Because of quests like this. And I hate every choice in this quest.
Would be disastrous.
Why bother to save me if you're just going to cast me into the streets?
My brother is a good man, sir. You cannot truly think this of him.
Effective immediately, Karen, you are discharged from the Templar Order. Escort him from the ground.
See, I would have done the opposite.
I hate this quest.
I shudder to think what the Knight Commander will do.
And I flip-flop back and forth on it all the time. Because there just isn't a good response to this quest, honestly.
Set a guard to watch
Because
just in case.
if you leave him a Templar, and there is a demon possessing him,
Your actions take this.
well,
It's the reward I promised and more. You have done the Order a
like,
great service.
what's going to end up happening is the demon is going to affect him, and basically cause war to break out, just because it wants war. It's bad. It's all bad. It all sucks.
Hello again, Cap.
Welcome back, Cap.
Just as
You're back
we're...
just in time for us to wrap.
Yep, we're wrapping up for the evening. So you can head back to bed. After we say our goodbyes, of course.
And remind you to consider purchasing some coffee.
Yep. Gonna drop that link right again in the chat.
Because we are sponsored by Grinding Coffee, as you can see by the layout that I made and then edited.
Yeah, Scotty made, you know, the second layout, which looks quite good. You can see that. Sponsored by.
Yeah, and if you use our referral link, you will get a discount on anything you purchase from Grinding Coffee. We will get a little commission off of anything you purchase from Grinding Coffee, and you will be supporting not one, but two queer-owned businesses. Grinding Coffee, of course, being a black queer-owned business, and us being a business owned entirely by queer people, several of whom are disabled, and one of whom is brown. That's me. I'm the brown one.
And that's us both. We're both disabled.
Yeah, we sure are.
Yeah, we sure are.
It could make a good gift cap.
Definitely.
And they sell more than coffee too. If
Yeah,
you
they've
just
got beanies
wanna
and stuff like that.
support support the businesses. So yeah, definitely take a look at Grinding Coffee and
You should also
all that fun stuff.
take a look. I think that's Logan Ink and Stories.
Yeah, that is Logan. I hope that the shipping isn't awful, Logan. Worst case scenario, you can get it shipped to someone in the server. Because Logan, yeah, so you can get it shipped to someone else who can ship it to you if shipping is horrible.
Oh, Logan's Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe this is a US based company, so.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so shipping might be a problem, but we can help you figure something out if it is.
Yes.
So yeah. Next week we are going to head directly into the deep roads so that I can traumatize KC further.
Every episode of the Dragon Age series is just going to be more and more trauma for me.
There is okay, Dragon Age 2 is probably the most traumatic. And I'm going to have some heavy warnings to throw at everyone later in Act 2.
So of course we start with that one.
Listen, I didn't want to play through Origins because I don't enjoy the gameplay slog, and I didn't want to use a combat skip mod for a stream. And I didn't want to start with Inquisition without doing at least something that came before it.
I totally get it.
So Dragon Age 2. And also it's my favorite.
Just busting your chops.
Yeah. So yeah, next week we will play more Dragon Age and talk about what? I don't know. Give us some suggestions in the server or on Twitter or
maybe we'll talk a little bit about comics as well.
Yeah, we can talk about comics. Yeah. Any number of fun things to help balance the trauma of Dragon Age 2.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, we will see you all next week. Or on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday we do Everyone Dice, so join us for that if you can. But yeah, we will see you all next week.